Hello Sharks, I am Jonathan Little for PokerNews.com, where you can get all the poker news you need to stay up to date on everything in the poker world, plus a little bit of strategy. We're here today going through a hand from High Stakes Duel 2, Round 2, featuring Phil Hellmuth, the World Series of Poker main event champion, bracelet leader. He knows everybody in the whole world. He's playing against Negreanu. Negreanu has 6 World Series of Poker bracelets, tons and tons and tons of cashes in live poker tournaments, and we are going to be battling it out here, playing pretty deep stacked, 76 big blinds deep. In this hand, Negreanu raises it up from the small blind with a mystery hand. It's a mystery. Believe it or not, YouTube comment section, we don't know what he has when we're sitting there playing. Phil Hellmuth calls with a king 3 offsuit. Flop comes king, queen, 7. Pretty good flop for the top pair no kicker. Phil Hellmuth checks. Negreanu bets 1,700. Seems like a nice spot to just call and proceed to the turn. Turn is a 3. Should we lead if we're in Hellmuth's shoes? Take a second, think about it. No. You want to lead when the turn is really, really, really good for your range. So while this 3 is great for Hellmuth's hand, it's pretty much a blank. Because notice Hellmuth could easily have king, jack 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3. Well, 4, 3, and 2. He could have all those, right? He'd also have a queen. He could have a 7. He could have ace high. He could have a bad draw. He could have a backdoor flush draw. He could have a busted backdoor flush draw. He'd have all sorts of junk. And don't forget that Negreanu raised preflop, so he has ace king, aces, kings, queens, king, queen. He has a lot of really, really good hands in his range that are going to obviously continue betting. So this is a spot where Hellmuth loves his hand, but he does not want to lead, okay? Times you'd want to lead is when the board are like all low cards. Is that a sentence? Goodness gracious, my English. I'm sorry, everybody. English is my 4th language, for those who didn't know. You want to be leading whenever the board is low cards. There you go. Low card boards, when the bottom or middle card pairs. Stuff like that, because usually the preflop caller has a lot of low kind of junky cards. And therefore, when the flop started low, like 7-6-2, and then the turn brings something like a 5, the player in the big blind has lots of 2 pairs, lots of straights, whereas the initial raiser has fewer of those proportionally, because the initial raiser has a lot of big cards in their range, right? Because they raise all the good, strong, high card hands. Anyway, Hellmuth does check. Negreanu now bets. He bets 8,000 out of his 110,000 stack. Effective, we're playing 73,000. This is a situation where Hellmuth is definitely in a dicey spot. But I don't know, what do you think you should do? Let's quiz ourselves. Pause the video and write what you would do in the comment section below. In this scenario with the 2 pair, top pair and bottom pair, facing a pot-sized turn bet, should Hellmuth chicken out and fold? Should he call? Should he put in a small raise, let's say 20,000? Or should he stack up all of his chips and say, I'm all in, dealer? Pause the video and write what you would do in the comment section below. All right, did you do it? I sure hope so. At my training site, pokercoaching.com, I have over 1,100 interactive quizzes where I ask you what you would do on every single betting round and then give you real-time feedback. Kind of like we're doing here, except for you can take over 1,000 of the interactive quizzes, right? I'm actually having a big sale right now at pokercoaching.com/memorial for Memorial's Day, so make sure you check that out. Also, thank you to all of the military service members out there. I realize that's a heck of a sacrifice, and I appreciate you. And the whole poker coaching team appreciates you. Thank you for all that you have done for us. This is a spot where I think Hellmuth can go either way between raising or calling. Obviously, you're not going to chicken out and fold the 2 pair, even though you could be beat. This is a spot where you really want to ask, what do you think about Negreanu's range? Is it going to be very strong whenever he bets this big, or is it going to be very polarized, including a lot of draws? Now, I do think Negreanu is a good, strong, game theory optimal opponent. He's probably going to be well balanced. I think, if anything, though, I could be wrong about this. Negreanu watches these. He can tell me in the comment section. I think, if anything, when Negreanu blasts the turn into Hellmuth's check calls on the flop, I would bet he's very often doing this a little bit bluff heavy. And you may say, there aren't even all that many bluffs available, are there? Well, there actually are, right? He could easily be doing this with Jack 10 or Jack 9 or 10-9, right? He could also be doing this with 6-5, 6-4, or 5-4. He could also be doing it with heart draws, right? That made the backdoor flush draw on the turn, that turned the backdoor draw at least. And he could even be doing this with zip and pip, like the Jack 4 suited, just blasting it for fun. And to be fair, I don't hate it. Very often, your opponent will check raise all their best hands on the flop, or a lot of their best hands, which essentially makes their turn range a lot of marginal made hands, right? And if you think you can get your opponent to fold out a lot of marginal made hands by the river, I love the idea of blasting them on the turn because they are going to overfold a little bit. And whatever that little bit is, that equity goes to you whenever you are blasting. Hellmuth does call, though. The big bet. River's the 8 of hearts. Hellmuth checks. And Negreanu goes for the blast again. Full pot size bet. Well, even though the 8 of hearts came, flush comes in. Notice all the other draws missed, right? All the gut shot straight draws open-ended, I guess, yeah, open-ended straight draws as well. You do lose to some hands here in Hellmuth's shoe, so I think raising is probably a little bit thin. Yeah, raising's probably a little bit thin. It's close. The thing is when your opponent takes a very polarized betting size, which is when they bet big, it usually indicates either a really good made hand, which is in great shape against all of Hellmuth's marginal-ish made hands, like a king or a queen. So he can beat a king or a queen, right? So pretty good hands there. Or it's just going to be nothing. When he has nothing, if Hellmuth raises, Negreanu's just going to fold, obviously. And whenever Negreanu has 2 pair, a lot of which beat the king 3, obviously Negreanu's going to call, right? So this is a spot where I think calling is probably going to be the right play. Although I could certainly see raising being fine, given we're pretty shallow. We only have 65k left. Negreanu bet 24. As you're closer and closer to all in, you get to value raise a little bit thinner. So, you know, it could be an all in. I wouldn't hate it. Anyway, Hellmuth does call, and I think this is reasonable. And, ooh, old man speeding over here. Negreanu with the 6-4 of clubs. I like the play, to be fair. I would definitely think that in this scenario, if Hellmuth has no reads on the bet sizing, meaning he does not think it's overly bluff heavy, and if anything, if he thinks the big bet sizes are for value, that's going to get him to overfold, especially if he has a queen or a 7. And to be fair, maybe Negreanu got a little bit lucky that Hellmuth turned the 3. Maybe Hellmuth actually folds this out by the river if he does not make 2 pair on the turn. But this time he has 2 pair. I'll tell you a little secret about poker. Don't try to get most people to fold 2 pair because they don't like folding 2 pair. Have you ever seen a hand ranking chart? 2 pair is way above a high card, so how can you fold it? That's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a quick favor and click the like and subscribe buttons below. Also, make sure you click the notification bell because I put out lots and lots of content, not just on poker news, but also on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/pokercoaching. We put out something like 5 videos per week to help you improve your poker skills, so you might as well take advantage of it. That's going to be it for today. Good luck in your games. Have a great, great week. Thanks again to all the service members. Make sure you check out pokercoaching.com/memorial. We appreciate all of you. Good luck in your games. Have a great week, and I will talk to you all next time. Hello. Do I have your attention? Good. You know I love to give away lots of free strategy advice here on my YouTube channel, so do me a quick favor. Can you click the subscribe button right here and right down here below? Thank you. See you in the next video.